The fear of aging and the secret to embracing it. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like time had stolen something from you? The reflection staring back at you doesn't look quite like the one you remember. Your body feels different, your social circle has changed, and the world seems to be moving forward without you. Aging can feel like an uphill battle, one that many of us are unprepared to fight. But what if I told you that the battle isn't with aging itself? The real struggle is against our resistance to it. Society teaches us to fear aging. We are told to fight wrinkles, dye our hair, and desperately cling to youth as if it's the only time we are truly valuable. But Buddhism offers a completely different perspective. Instead of fearing impermanence, it teaches us to embrace it. In this article, we will explore 5 profound Buddhist truths about aging that can completely shift your mindset. These truths are not bitter or depressing, they are liberating. Once you understand them, you'll see aging not as a loss, but as an opportunity to live more deeply and meaningfully. Let's dive into these lessons, each backed by timeless wisdom, personal reflections, and real-life stories that illustrate their power. 1. You will be forgotten faster than you think, and that's okay. One of the hardest truths to accept is that, eventually, we will be forgotten. The career we built, the stories we told, the achievements we worked so hard for, over time, they will fade from memory. This realization can feel heartbreaking. We spend so much of our lives trying to leave a mark, to be remembered, to create a legacy. But Buddhism teaches a different kind of wisdom, the idea of anatta, no self. It tells us that the concept of a fixed, permanent self is an illusion. Just like waves in the ocean, we rise and fall, leaving ripples that merge into the greater flow of existence. The Zen story of the river. There is a famous Zen story about an old monk who lived in a remote mountain temple. Over the years, many people came to him for guidance, and he changed countless lives with his wisdom. One day, a young disciple asked, "Master, does it not sadden you that, after you die, people may forget your name?" The old monk smiled and pointed to a river flowing past the temple. "Tell me," he said, "where is the water that was here yesterday?" The disciple hesitated. "It has flowed on. Yet, the river remains." The monk continued. The lesson was clear. Our impact is not about a name that lingers in history. It is about the kindness, wisdom, and love we share while we are here. Just as the river does not cling to its water, we should not cling to the illusion of permanence. What this means for you: think about the teachers, mentors, or loved ones who shaped your life. Do you remember every name? Probably not. But their influence remains in you. The way they spoke, the kindness they showed, the lessons they taught, you carry all of that forward. Instead of worrying about being remembered, focus on living well now. Be kind, be present, and let your actions create ripples of goodness. This is how you leave a true legacy. 2. Your body will betray you, so befriend it instead. Once, you could run up the stairs without a second thought. Now, your knees protest even after a short walk. Your skin has changed, your hair is graying, and your energy levels are not what they used to be. This can feel like a betrayal. But Buddhism teaches that nothing in life is static, just as trees shed their leaves in autumn. So too must our bodies change. The problem is not aging itself, but our attachment to youth. We suffer because we resist the natural flow of life. The story of the cracked clay pot. There is a Buddhist parable about an aging monk who struggled with his daily chores. He had once carried heavy buckets of water with ease, but now, his arms trembled with the effort. One evening, frustrated with his declining strength, he asked his teacher, "Master, why does my body fail me? It once obeyed my every command." The teacher smiled and handed him a cracked clay pot. This pot once held water effortlessly. Now it leaks. Does that mean it is useless? The monk shook his head. "No, Master. It still holds some water. And does that not still serve a purpose?" the teacher asked. "The water that escapes nourishes the earth. The pot is not as it once was, but it is still of use." The old monk nodded, understanding at last. His body had changed, but it still had purpose. What this means for you: instead of resenting your body for slowing down, thank it for all it has done. It has carried you through childhood adventures, stressful responsibilities, and moments of deep joy. It has healed from sickness, endured hardship, and adapted to all the burdens you have placed upon it. Listen to your body. If it asks for rest, give it rest. Treat it with kindness. Move gently. Nourish it well, and care for it as you would a dear friend. Shift your perspective. Your body is not your enemy. It is your oldest companion. A frail body does not mean a frail spirit. As long as you have breath, you have purpose. 3. You can't keep everyone in your life, and that's natural. One of the most painful parts of aging isn't just the physical changes. It's the people we lose along the way. Friends drift apart, family members pass away, and relationships that once felt unbreakable slowly fade. At first, it feels unfair. After all, you've spent years building these connections, sharing laughter, tears, and moments of deep understanding. So why does life seem to take them away? Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent, including relationships. Nothing stays the same forever. The people who walk with us today may not be there tomorrow. And that's okay. The parable of the guest house. There's a beautiful Buddhist teaching that compares life to a guest house. Imagine that your heart is a house with many rooms. And throughout your life, people come and go. Some stay for a while. Others leave quickly. Some bring joy. Others bring pain. The mistake we make is believing that certain guests should stay forever. But just as no one can live in a hotel room indefinitely, No one can stay in our lives permanently. Each person plays a role, teaches us something, and then moves on when the time is right. The key to peace is not holding on too tightly. Instead, we should welcome people when they arrive, appreciate their presence, and let them go when they must leave. Why we struggle to let go, losing people, whether through distance, misunderstandings, or death, hurts because we believe relationships define us. We think, if this person leaves, I will be alone. If I let go, it means I never truly mattered to them. I need them to stay so I can feel whole. But Buddhism teaches that we are already whole. No person completes you, and no person can take away your worth. Think of your closest friendships. Some may have lasted decades, while others were brief but powerful. Instead of mourning the loss, can you be grateful for what you shared? Practical ways to embrace this truth. Let go with love, not bitterness. If a friendship has ended, don't dwell on why. Simply wish them well and trust that life will bring new connections. Focus on quality, not quantity. As we age, we often have fewer friends, but the ones we keep are deeper and more meaningful. Accept that grief is part of love. If losing someone didn't hurt, it would mean they never mattered. Grief is proof of deep connection. Honor it, but don't let it keep you stuck. By embracing impermanence, you allow love to flow freely. You stop fearing loss and start appreciating what you have, while you have it. 4. You no longer look young, and that's a gift. Society worships youth. Everywhere we look, we're bombarded with anti-aging products, beauty treatments, and the message that looking older is something to be fixed. But Buddhism sees aging differently. Instead of a curse, it is seen as a sign of wisdom, experience, and spiritual growth. The Japanese concept of wabi-sabi. In Japan, there is a beautiful philosophy called wabi-sabi, the appreciation of imperfection and impermanence. A cracked teacup, a weathered wooden door, an old tree with twisted branches. These things are considered more beautiful because of their flaws. Imagine if we saw our wrinkles the same way. Imagine if, instead of feeling shame, we saw them as proof of a life well lived. The illusion of permanent beauty. Think about the most beautiful person you've ever known. Was it just their appearance that made them beautiful? Probably not. True beauty comes from kindness, the warmth in their smile, the way they made others feel at ease, wisdom, the depth in their eyes, the way they carried themselves with grace, authenticity, the confidence to be themselves, free from the need for approval. Physical beauty fades, but these qualities only grow stronger with age. Why we fear looking older. The real reason we fear aging isn't about wrinkles or gray hair, it's about what they symbolize. They remind us that time is passing, and that can feel scary. But what if, instead of resisting change, we embraced it? What if we saw every laugh line as a mark of joy? Every silver hair as a sign of wisdom? And every year is a gift that not everyone gets? How to embrace aging with grace. Shift your mindset. Instead of asking, "How can I look younger?" ask, "How can I feel more alive?" Celebrate your body. Instead of criticizing yourself in the mirror, thank your body for everything it has carried you through. Surround yourself with role models. Seek out older individuals who radiate confidence, wisdom, and joy. They will show you what aging beautifully looks like. Aging doesn't make you less, you just become a different kind of beautiful. 5. You will see more people you love die, but love never dies. This is perhaps the hardest truth of all. As we grow older, we lose more people we love. Parents, siblings, friends, even our life partners. The weight of grief can feel unbearable. Buddhism doesn't deny the pain of loss, but it offers a profound truth. Love never truly disappears. The parable of the mustard seed. A woman named Kisa Gautami once lost her young child. Devastated, she went to the Buddha and begged him to bring her child back to life. The Buddha said, "Bring me a mustard seed from a home that has never known death, and I will revive your child." Kisa Gautami went from house to house, but every family had lost someone. She realized that grief is universal, and she was not alone. Through this, she found peace, not by forgetting, but by understanding that death is part of life. Why love never dies. Think about someone you have lost. Though they are no longer physically here, do they not still live on in your heart? The lessons they taught you, the love they gave you, the memories that still bring you warmth. Love doesn't disappear just because the body does. It transforms into something deeper, something that stays with you always. How to carry love forward. Honor their memory, share their stories, celebrate their life, and carry their kindness forward. Allow yourself to grieve. It's okay to cry, to miss them, to feel pain. Grief is a form of love that has nowhere to go. Recognize that they are still with you, not in body, but in spirit. The love you shared is forever woven into who you are. Aging is not the end, it's a new beginning. As we come to the end of this reflection, let's take a moment to step back and see the bigger picture. Aging is not just about loss, it is about transformation. It is a journey that, when embraced with wisdom, leads to greater peace, deeper understanding, and a fuller appreciation of life itself. Let's remember the 5 profound Buddhist truths about growing older. You will be forgotten, but your actions, kindness, and wisdom will leave ripples that last beyond your time. Your body will change, but it is not something to resist or despise. It is a temple that has carried you through life, and it deserves gratitude. You can't keep everyone in your life, but impermanence is natural. Every person you meet plays a role in your journey, and letting go with love brings peace. You no longer look young, but true beauty is found in wisdom, kindness, and authenticity. Aging is not something to fear, but to embrace. You will see more people you love die, but love never truly disappears. It transforms. It lives on in you. And it continues to shape the world. A future of wisdom and purpose. Now that we understand these truths, what do we do with them? Instead of resisting aging, let's walk forward with grace. Instead of fearing change, let's welcome it as a teacher. Instead of grieving what we lose, let's cherish what we still have. Aging is not just about counting years, it is about making years count. This stage of life is not an ending but a new beginning, full of opportunities to grow, give, and inspire. No matter what age you are, there is still time to live fully, love deeply, and leave a legacy of wisdom and compassion. Join the journey with Buddhist wisdom. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to continue this journey with me. Follow and support my channel, Buddhist Wisdom, where we explore the deep truths of life, mindfulness, and spiritual growth. Together, let's embrace the beauty of impermanence and find peace in every stage of life. Folded hands, thank you for reading. May you walk your path with wisdom and serenity. Folded hands.